You have to remember that with women, you are overcomplicating it because she's overcomplicating your emotions. As a man, your masculinity does matter. You know why it matters so much? Is because if you're dealing with a masculine woman and she has a lot of masculine tendencies, I won't get into what made her this way or why she's like this. Those do matter. But remember, this is what you could be putting up with. So if it comes down to that, a question to ask yourself, is that fun to deal with? Let me give you another question. Do you want to put up with that? I have one more question. Is it worth it? Because you can be feeling like you're not wearing the pants. Maybe sometimes, because I've heard it before, men don't care so much to always wear the pants, but you can still be feeling like you're being belittled or you're feeling less of a man, which is not okay. A woman that feels less in her femininity, once she's realizing it's way better to be in her femininity and operate in that, then she might not care so much about it. However, it's our nature, right? For a woman to be in her femininity, for a man to be in his masculinity. And then back to biological things that matter as far as like men being in their peak years, literally in their 30s, 40s, around that time, right when a woman is hitting the wall. So there's statistics, there's things that are just literally facts, back to statistics out there. And then there's just biological things. And there's also, we could say metaphysics. We could say there's things that are just back to like, just how is this generation like? What is the modern day like? And when I say metaphysics, I'm saying it way too fast. Metaphysics. I'm reading a book about it right now, The Prefix of Psychology. I'm loving that book by Cameron. But it teaches about mythology too and different things. However, it's just showing the dynamic of the mind and the body, how things just operate, how emotions can get the best of us, but it relates back to how we are in our human form, or how we're supposed to operate, let me say, in the mind, and then allowing that to like manifest in the real world. So bottom line, you could be around so much that's making you tap out of your masculinity. I say this because you have to understand where, if we're talking about you, yourself, how you've been raised, brought up, then the people that you already have around you. This is why, again, circle of influence will always matter, because they're going to shape you in a certain way. We're programmed, right? So it's a constant repetition of this is what it is. It's not that big of a deal. If you have a woman making you feel like being a man is not that big of a deal, or she's going to be the man in a lot of roles in the relationship, then there's obviously some work that she has to do on her side. However, there's work that you have to do. So you're not in the right place. It's being forced. And y'all, on Patreon, I do get to talk about the sexual aspects of things. I do get to make it uncut. But it's not just that. It goes to the extent of me explaining different things. So don't think it's just, like exclusive and explicit content. It is, because you won't get it on YouTube. You'll only get it on YouTube membership. You won't get it publicly. However, I do want to say that it is still behind the scenes of like what goes on in my life. I'm trying to just incorporate what people want to see more too. So it's not always just about the exclusive aspect of things, just videos that I want to make it more for Patreon, because people want to know about how to succeed in these areas, or back to just metaphysics, or just whatever it is that is going to be very much helpful. So Patreon's there. You can join as a free member. You still will get your exclusive one video. That's what I'm doing right now. Again, it's just to let you know that I don't know what changes will come about. You never know. But there is a community there, so all you got to do is just sign up to be a free member. And then don't forget about my website as far as consultations and everything revolving like help, where it's going to be bundle deals, where it's going to be consultations in different forms, like videos, emails, and a lot of different offers that I have available, like videos that are deeper into women's psychology. You can get it by clicking the links down below and checking out my website. Okay? So let me get back into knowing that you have to really change yourself really matters. So as a man, think about it this way. When you're built to be a masculine man, or you're built to be in your manlyhood, however you want to word it, there is going to be things that take you away from that. Now, I'm just going to compare it to women one more time, because it probably, or it could help you understand a lot more. Think about a woman that has been understanding or believes that being independent is the way to go. She has to basically live off of survival. Not, it doesn't apply this way to every female, right? Just for examples though. So she has to live off of survival. She has to believe that men aren't reliable. And then what does it stem from? So maybe her father not being around, seeing her mom work so hard. It could even be from her friends being in relationships and seeing that wasn't good, because those partners to the man, which is her friends, were codependent, dependent in general, and got let down. So those are all ripple effects to her going back to survival, and in other words, finding ways to make sure that she's secured. She has to do that, and she can't be back to dependent or want to see the value in men. She might be around you, she might love wanting to be loved or changing or helping a man. However, there's going to be those consequences or those ripple effects, emotions that comes with her not feeling fully fulfilled. But it's a checking herself. It's a lack that she has to check for herself. And y'all, I cannot wait to start a woman channel. I don't know how that's gonna go. God's gonna guide me. But I just want to mention that because I feel like it's so important for women to also understand, of course, why they're the way that they are. As I'm trying to figure it out myself, I feel like it's important. So when I throw it back to y'all and I use that as an example, I'm saying this to say, for you as a fella, what is your lack? What made you less of a masculine man that you were biologically to be? What makes you feel like at this point I'm not maybe ready to be with her? It could literally be that. It might not just be trying to make it work with this particular woman because it maybe doesn't make sense at this point. Or maybe for a long time you've been running away from yourself, and now the truth is, let me face this person that I am. Let me know who I am. Let me know what areas as a masculine man that I am lacking in. Don't let that one go over your head. Don't let that one go over your head, because those are factors to improving yourself and becoming more masculine. Now, with that being said, to wrap up this video, check yourself, see what you could do differently, and then bottom line is just understand women have their own issues. Men can have their issues that they can solve. Same way for women. So what is it that is yours and that you're going to make sure to get right or get better at? Okay? I love y'all. Take care of yourselves. And I will talk to y'all very, very soon. Don't forget about the links down below. Bye, y'all.